Students, welcome to the video lecture of computer. In previous videos, we have completed our chapter number 1, that is introduction to computer, and in that we have learned so many basic information related to the computer, its advantages, its characteristics, its working, like that all basic information we have seen. And today we will start our new chapter, that is chapter number 3, and chapter number 3 is based on input and output device. By hearing the name of chapter, you will think that input and output, very easy. Why? Because you guys were learning this particular concept from the beginning. But here the input and output device which you are going to learn is quite different. And according to that, which kind of input device we are going to learn, which kind of output device are there in our syllabus, that let us see according to the point by point. So in input device, the first topic we will learn, that is about the keyboard. Mostly you know that keyboard is one of the most popular input device which is used everywhere whenever we want to work with the computer. But in keyboard, what kind of different functionalities are there? For what purpose we can use, that information you will get from this particular topic, that is keyboard. After that, the next popular input device is there, that is our point and draw device. Now, point and draw device, here the name is quite different, but you are familiar with this particular device even also, and this device is divided into different categories. And which categories are there, and that particular different devices can be used for what purpose, that all the things we will see clearly when we will cover this particular topic. Then after the next input device we will learn, that is about the scanning device. Most of nowadays all are familiar with the scanning, because whatever the worksheet and assignments were sent by the respective teacher, after note down in your notebook, you are capturing in your smartphone, you are scanning that particular and converting in a form of PDF, and you are sharing that particular file to the teachers. So word scanning device you know very well, but inside that scanning device, how many different kind of scanning devices are there, and which device is used for what purpose, that you will learn in this topic. Then next input device is that there is electronic card based device, which nowadays get popular because of the corona, right? As we are suffering from this pandemic, we know that it is not easy to touch everywhere. So most of everywhere all are using the card for transferring of money or for doing shopping or whatever any another work. So which electronic card or which device will be useful so that we can able to do the transaction of money from one account to another account very easily. That kind of information you will get based on this electronic card based device. Then next input device we will learn, that is speech recognition device. Means a device which can identify your speech, and according to that it can work out. How? That we will see later on. Then after next is that is vision based device. Means how the particular vision, means what we can able to see, how the electronic device will see that particular thing, and based on that what kind of outcome we will get. That information you will get from vision based device, and which device will be used, that also we will see whenever we will cover that particular topic. So these are the some basic input device, in which first two you are very much first two you are much more familiar, because in everyone's home you can able to see the computer or laptop in which you are using or you are used to with the keyboard and your point or draw device, or sometimes you can call it as a mouse even also. But scanning is there, electronic card based device is there, speech recognition device is there, vision based devices are there. They are quite different, quite new for you, and that all the things we will see in detail whenever we will cover that particular topic, right? So these are some basic input. Now related to the output device, one of the most popular output device that you are familiar, that is your monitor, right? But monitor are also of different types. Which type of monitor is used for what, in which manner, and what is the difference between all that particular monitors, that also you will learn in this topic. After monitor, the second output device is that is a printer. Of that device also you are familiar, but again printer are also divided into different categories. and that categories in different kind of printer, different functionality will be there, and based on that different output you will get in a form of printout, right? So that that information in detail we will learn when we will cover the topic that is printer. Then after next is that there is a projector, which you are familiar, because many times your computer lectures or many times many teachers were taking you in a HCL room and they were showing on the projector screen. So the projection which took place, that is nothing but it is considered one kind of output device only. Next is that there is voice response. It is totally new for you, but how it will be useful and in which way we have to use, that also we will learn. So basically in your syllabus only these 4 type of output device they have given, but don't think that output device are only these 4. You can add speaker even also. Speaker is also one kind of output device only, by which we can able to hear, right? So like that, another extra output devices are also there, but right now we have to look after this particular all the input devices and output devices with its functionality and with its uses. So let us begin with the first topic, that is about our input device. Now we know that whenever we want to provide any kind of input or whenever we want to work with the computer, we need to interact or we need to provide the command, and that command whenever we will provide, then and only then we can able to get the output. So whenever we want to provide any kind of command or instruction to the computer, then that instruction or command can be possible with the help of input device only. Without that it cannot be possible. So here it is mentioned that to solve a given task, computer need to interact with its user and need data as well as instruction to get an output, because we know that computer or any machine cannot work automatically on its own. It requires the help of a human, which help to work with the computer very easily, which give instruction to the computer that what to do, in which manner he has to work, and according to that we will get the output on a screen. When data or instruction are given to the computer, that is called input. For example, whatever things you are typing, that is nothing but it is considered one kind of input only, that you are giving an instruction in a form of typing to the computer, and according to that computer will be work. So if we want to define word input, then simply in the easiest way we can define that when any data or instruction are given to the computer, not only computer, all electronic devices, whenever we are giving any instruction, that all things is considered as the input, means we are providing input to that particular device, and based on that input when process will carried out, and after the process the result we will get, that result will be considered as the output. So here it is defined that when computer provide result, it is known as output. Next is that is the device that allow such input and output are known as IO device, means whichever device which help us to accept the input and provide an output, that all those devices are considered as an IO device, or you can call it as an input output device, or you can call it as an input output peripherals, which means that different device which will accept different kind of input, and based on that we will get the different kind of output even also. All input output devices are meant for the communication between user and computer, and we know if those devices are there, then and only then we can able to work with the computer. For example, you have monitor but you don't have the keyboard or mouse. Is it possible to work with the computer? No, students, it cannot be possible. Like that, you have keyboard, you have mouse, but you don't have monitor. Is it possible to see any kind of output on a screen? No, students, it cannot be possible. So both the particular thing are important, and due to that it provide a bridge between user and machine, and using that bridge we can able to work or we can able to communicate with the machine very easily. For every input device, send a specific input signal to the computer whenever it is to be in a use. Means for every devices, input devices, whenever we are providing any kind of input, that providing of an input is nothing but we are providing an input signal to the computer that what is to be done, in which manner it is to be done. So that kind of instruction is possible to provide with the help of input device only. So these are the some basic information or we can call it as a introduction related to the input device. So now let us begin with the first one of the most common popular input device, and the name of device is keyboard. Mostly you are familiar with the keyboard because many times you have performed the practical, and that all the practical is possible to perform with the help of keyboard only. But most of everyone knows that how to work with the keyboard, but still no one is get 100% clear that all the keys which are given on a keyboard, each and every key is having its own functionality, and that functionality can be carried out based on its working, and according to that, if you will use according to that, you can get the output even also. So you can consider that one of the most common and popular input device, that is our keyboard, which allow us to enter alphabets, numbers, and some specific symbols even also. Right? Using combination of all three, we can able to provide any kind of input to the computer, and according to that we can get the result even also. Generally, it has more than 100 keys. Means on your keyboard, more than 100 keys are there, and every different key having its own functionality. And with respect to that, it will work and we can get the result even also. So keyboard is also known as text-based input device. Why keyboard is known as text-based input device? Because keyboard only accept text only. You cannot able to input any kind of extra information except the text. So due to that, it is considered as a text-based device, because using keyboard we can provide the alphabets, we can provide the numeric value, we can able to provide the special characters, we can leave some space, but using keyboard we cannot able to put any image. For that another device will be used, and which device will be used, that we know very well, that we will see later on even also. It contains keys as follow. Means now let us see that how many different kind of keys are available on a keyboard and which key is used for what purpose. In that, the first keys are included, that is alphabet, English alphabet A to Z. And if you will see on the keyboard, then alphabet which is given on a keyboard, it is printed in a form of capital, means capital A to capital Z, and you can write in both the manners, capital alphabet or alphabetic value also you can provide, or lowercase alphabet value also you can able to provide using the keyboard, because it provides both the functionality. Second is that is a digits, means we can able to provide the digits in a range of 0 to 9, and that digits are available at two different places, on the top or below the function key, and on the right side of your keyboard you can see the digits which are given in a range of 0 to 9. Along with the digits, mathematical operators like plus, minus, multiplication, division, this kind of operators are also there, by which we can able to carry out different operations. Along with the different mathematical operators, punctuation mark and signs are also there, like less than sign, greater than sign, comma, double quote, inverted comma, dot, then after question mark is there, backslash is there, forward slash are there. These all are considered as a punctuation mark, which having its own use, and different punctuation mark can be displayed on the screen using keyboard in a different way. And if you will see, or if you are familiar with the keyboard, then on so many keys, two different values are given. One is given on a top and second is given on a bottom, and that particular top and bottom, both the characters, if you want to display alternately, then it can be possible, but simply by pressing a key you cannot able to display both the text. If you want to display, then along with that you need to use the combination of other key, that is called shift key. Using that you can able to display very easily. Then next type of keys are available on a keyboard, that is function keys, which is in a range of function F1 to function F12, which is on the top of a keyboard. And every function keys having its own functionality. In that, if I will give you a basic information about few function key, in that function F1, it is used to open a help dialog box. Function F2, it is used to rename. Like that function F12 is there, it is used to open a save as dialog box whenever you are working in Microsoft Word, Excel, PowerPoint, Notepad, or whatever another softwares are there, in which you need to save a file. Then if you want to open a save as dialog box, then with the help of this shortcut key, it can be possible very easily. Along with that, so many keys are there, F3, F4, F5, F6. Some of the keys are used simply by pressing that function only, and some of the key will be used in a combination of other key even also. and with respect to that we can get the different result even also. Afterwards, next is that is enter key, or sometimes enter key is also known as return key, and this enter key are available at two different sides inside the keyboard, and most probably it is used to execute any instruction. For example, if you want to open any file, simply select on that file and press enter key, that file will get open. So that process of opening of a file is nothing but we can consider it as the execution of that file, which is carried out with the help of enter key. After enter key, the another key is that is spacebar, and you know very well that use of spacebar is what, to leave a single space. But suppose students, if you want to leave more than one space, or if you want to set the margin, then that can be possible with the another key, and the name of key is considered as a tab key, which is exactly near beside to the Q alphabet, and by which you can able to set the margin, or you can leave the multiple space even also. But always keep in mind, for a single space we have to use space bar, and for more than one space you have to use the tab key only. Then and only then it will be considered as a proper way of using a keyboard. Next particular keys are there, that is backscape and delete key. Functionality of both the keys are same, that is to delete the content, but the direction will be different. If we are working with the backscape key, then the backscape key will delete your data from right side to the left side. Means it will move in a direction from the right side to the left side. And whenever you are pressing a delete key, then delete key will delete your data from the left side to the right side. Means all the text from left to right, whichever will be there, it will be deleted using delete key. And if your cursor is on a right side, and from right side to the left side if you want to delete any text, then that can be possible with the help of backscape key. So these are both the keys by which delete can be possible to perform, but direction will be different. And suppose if you want to delete any particular file, then you have to select that file and you have to press the delete key. Afterwards, next is that there is shift key, control key, alter key and escape key. These all the four keys having its own functionality. If a basic example of shift key if I will give you, then shift key if you will press with another alphabet, then your information will display in the form of capital form. Or if you want to display the less than sign or greater than sign, or if you want to display the round bracket or and symbol, then that all the symbols it can be possible to display with the help of combination with of shift key and that particular key. Another is that is control key. Control key is also used for controlling a particular device inputs which is provided by the user. For example, if you want to save your file, control S will be used. If you want to open your file, control O will be used. If you want to create a new file, then control N will be used. So by combination of more than one keys, we can able to carry out the different operations by which our work will become easy. And alter key is also there. Main purpose of alter key is what? To close your file. If you are using alter key with the function key, you can able to close your file very easily with the shortcut key, that is alter plus F4. Like that, so many other control, alter and delete. If you will press this combination of key, then you can shut down your computer even also. So shift key, control key and alter key, these three keys, simply if you will press, it will not provide a result. But along with that, if you are using a combination of another keys, then you will definitely get the result. For that, if you want to try it at your home, then you can try, but be careful along with that. And last one is that is escape. Escape key is to stop the process which will be carried out. Means whenever inside your computer if any process is going on, and that process if you want to stop, then that process can be possible to stop with the help of escape key. Right students? Next is there, that is caps lock key. But along with the caps lock key, num lock key is also available, scroll lock key is also available, print screen key is also available, pause and break key is also available, and like that many more keys are also available. But right now basically they have given this particular keys, and you know very well that what is the use of caps lock key. If it is on, then all the alphabets will be displayed in the form of capital, and if it is off, then all the alphabets will display in the form of lower case. So these are the particular some of the basic keys. Once you will get the familiar with all the keys with its functionality, then you not need the mouse for working with the computer even also. Using keyboard only you can able to do the work very easily. So this is the first input device which we have seen, that is keyboard. And I hope students that you get clear idea about it, and it will, and keep in mind because it will be useful whenever or wherever you will go. And this image you can able to see, which is a image of keyboard in which so many different keys are seen. So this is all about the keyboard.